Right then, welcome back to Iron Sports. Now, the sport of gymnastics was thrown into the spotlight back in 2016 after Tonian Williams became the first gymnast to represent the country at an Olympic Games. Of course, this was in Rio, Brazil. Since then, what has the progress of the sport been like here in Jamaica? Has there been natural growth? Well, here to tell us more and give us some insight into what has been happening is the president of the Jamaica Amateur Gymnastics Association, Nicole Grant-Brown, and I understand there has been a name change too, so we're going to be looking into that as well. And Nicole, welcome back to Iron Sports.
Thanks for having me, Jermaine, and thanks for being on your program once more.
All right, excellent, excellent. Now, as usual, we follow what's going on with gymnastics, even after the Olympic Games with Tonian. But what is the very latest in terms of the progress of the sport and a few of the meets you've been competing in? I understand there was the World Championships.
Yes.
Earlier this month.
Yes. Well, in terms of progress, as you know, gymnastics is one of those sports who is considered to be a minor sport, but to us, it's one of the top sports in the world.
Major.
And we're going to make it major in Jamaica because it's major in most countries in the world. We have been doing so in terms of our development, not only developing our gymnasts, but also our coaches. And with respect to the gymnast, we can boast that we have, for the first time, competed at the World Championships with 6 athletes,
yeah.
5 of which are men.
Yeah.
We were trying to actually qualify for the Olympics for a team. This year's Worlds is really the qualification for teams, and we fell short of that. But Reese Beckford, one of our athletes, he did very well. He was placed 26th, right. 2 steps below actually moving on to the finals. Had there been an injury, right. 2 injuries, he would have gone on to the finals. So we're very happy about that.
And we only had 1 female there.
Yes, and
why is that?
Mackenzie Robinson, she was our lone female. Yeah. Actually, we should have had 3 female at the World Championship this year. However, Tonian Williams, she got a respiratory illness, and Maya Williams got injured during her training session. So they were not able to attend the Worlds this year, but hopefully they will be fit and ready for Commonwealth, which is next year.
A constant issue for the association is funding and having necessary funding to send the teams away and to get the gymnasts into qualifying competitions for the Olympic Games. How is that at present?
Well, as you know, with all sport, there's always a funding issue. Even the sports that are getting the lion's share, it's always a funding issue. So we are trying to partner with supporters, partner with Corporate Jamaica, because as you know, we have something to offer and they also have something to offer. We're trying not to just be beggars, but to give back, to show how we can actually help them to propel their products. So we're trying to work and partner with some companies now in Jamaica. It's not yet materialized, but we're looking into that for support.
Sponsors, they love to see success. They love to be a part of success. Tonian's participation in Rio was seen as a huge success for Jamaican gymnastics. Is that momentum still in place? Do you still feel that, or is it a case where that has now plateaued and it's now a case of trying to build again?
No, it's not a case of trying to build again. We have been building from 2015 when we started out. We actually had the Caribbean Gymnastics Championships where Jamaica was placed first of all the Caribbean countries that participated. So we have been building. Tonian competing at the Olympics was just another part of the whole puzzle where we are trying to build awareness and trying to propel the sport into a direction that we really wanted to go. So we have continued our progress in terms of having our focus on our juniors, because Tonian is a senior, and I mean, anything can happen, and we have to have a group of athletes who can replace her when she's out. And so we have been doing our annual trials for our juniors, and we've been taking them overseas for competitions, and they have been doing very well, and that has also garnered some awareness for the sport.
And I know a part of having the juniors do well and the program itself do well nationally is having a home for the sport. And recently you started working on having that base. How is that going?
Well, I must say, gymnastics, as you know, we are trying to develop, but we can't do it. The association can't do it alone, so we have to partner with our clubs. Initially, we were partnering with the UE, but that did not materialize through the Nishida's Gymnastics. So the Jamaica School of Gymnastics is actually building a home for the club, and the club is willing to have the national program at the club where they can train, and this facility will definitely be a state-of-the-art gymnastics facility where our girls and boys can actually train. So we're definitely looking at that.
And I know you continue to try and spread the sport.
Yes.
We know the prep schools are involved, some primary schools, but in terms of the high schools, what is their participation like?
Well, the high schools are interested as well. So basically, we are trying to spread the sport in terms of garnering more support from coaches. So we're looking to have more coaches involved in the sport of gymnastics, because without the coaches, we can't really do the development that we want. So we're trying to improve on our coaches, and we're trying to get more coaches attracted to the sport. So we're looking at a relationship with GC Foster College, where they can help us to actually graduate more coaches. So that
and there's a coaching course or program that's currently on the way.
There's actually a coach. Yes, there is a coaching course going on right now, and that's the level 2 coaching course, where the coaches who had participated in 2015 at the FIG level 1 course qualify for this course. So we currently have 13 coaches, 13 local coaches, and 9 overseas coaches from Trinidad and Bermuda, and we have 3 experts who are really working with us to help us to really develop and get our coaches to the level that we want them to be.
Yeah, because oftentimes when the success is seen, we see the athletes, but we don't hear too much of the coaches, and that in fact success goes hand in hand with both coach and athlete, and the more advanced the coaches are, the better the national program.
But definitely you can't develop without the coaches. The officials has to be developed as well, and we're also, the Jamaica School of Gymnastics is also having their Jamaica Classic, where the national trial will be used as a trial for our juniors, because we're bringing in judges from overseas to judge our gymnasts, and during that time, that's the 5th of November, we will be having one of those judges, who is also the test judge for the US, conduct a judging course. So that will definitely help our coaches as well.
You mentioned minor sports earlier, and an issue I find for minor sports is that at times there's a high where there might be a championship going on, and then you fly below the radar. How are you as an association working to address that particular situation where you stay in the spotlight as much as you can?
Well, definitely, that is why we're here, because we want to keep the sport in the spotlight. And the World Championship that just ended, we did not get much coverage during that time. So at this time, we have been getting some radio coverage, but a lot of people don't really listen to the radio. So we are trying to ensure that it is out there, the awareness is there, and we whenever there is some form of event going on in Jamaica in gymnastics, we try to enlighten the media so that they know what is going on.
Very important.
We do not wait on them to contact us. We try to contact them and let them know what is going on in gymnastics.
Excellent. Finally, Nicole, there is also a name change that you've been working on, or that has actually been made, but it's not yet officially out there. Now just go ahead right here on Iron Sports and tell us a bit about the name change for the association.
Well, we actually had to change the name because for various reasons, including one of the main reasons is it's currently the Jamaica Amateur Gymnastics Association, and amateur, we have professional athletes in our sport. So the name was changed to the National Gymnastics Federation of Jamaica.
And how impactful do you think this will be? Quickly?
Well, definitely it will be, because we do not want to confuse it with other names. Jamaica School of Gymnastics, Jamaica Amateur Gymnastics. So sometimes persons may confuse the name, but we are definitely looking at repositioning the sport and rebranding it and make it more attractive, so that more the media as well as supporters and our own at Gymnast can feel more motivated and comfortable that this name will actually help to boost the sport a little bit more.
Nicole Grant-Brown, President of the National Gymnastics Federation of Jamaica. Remember now, that's a name change. National Gymnastics Federation of Jamaica. Nicole, thank you so very much for joining us here on Iron Sports. And of course, we wish you all the very best in your latest endeavors. Thank you. Right then, we'll take a break here on Iron Sports and lots more when you come back.